Hey all, and welcome back to Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. We just got done with a bit of extreme balding with Jet the Hawk. I feel like I'm gonna pick someone else now. It looks like Sage is the only character I haven't used since I started this file, so... let's use this particular outfit for her. That looks a bit more how I remember it being from Frontiers. I'm pretty sure that's meant to be a shadow vehicle, but it matches her, as does Joker's vehicle. I think I'm going to stick with this one, the Dark Reaper, because it just looks really cool. Right, our rival now is either Amy or Charmy. Let's try Charmy. I might not win because this is a slightly higher level, but... well, we are going into the Crystal Grand Prix. So we have Blizzard Valley, Radical Highway, and Chao Park. Playing it safe for the picks again, because, like, even though I had the revelation last time that the other racers are also abusing gadgets, or using gadgets, not necessarily abusing them, I still like what works for me. This is a cool track, pun unintended, although I guess it fits. Because, like, not only do you have the, like, snowy visuals that I really like the look of, but we also have some wind gimmicks. Unfortunately, Sage doesn't seem to have a response to Charmy there. We just sort of take the abuse. That was a not ideal start, but we'll make it work. Something about this kind of reminds me of Blizzard Peak from Rush Adventure. And that's a very surface level thing, because that was more of a just solid white ice level, but I seem to remember that having some like windy visuals going on. Maybe I'm misremembering, but again, Rush Adventure is another game like Zero Gravity that I haven't played in a very long time, and I do intend to go back to sometime soon. Because, like, what I remember from Sonic Rush Adventure is that it was kind of grindy in, like, collecting the items you need to unlock levels. And I know there were, like, a lot of extra missions and whatnot as well. It was much less straightforward than the first Rush game. We also just had one campaign that you would play through rather than having like a separate Sonic and Blaze one, and you just switch characters. Which is kind of similar to another game that I just started replaying or playing yesterday for FC playthroughs. That being Mega Man X5, which also tries to combine X and Zero's gameplay into one continuous story rather than giving them separate stories, which is kind of a detriment in my eyes, because, you know, if you pick up items with one character, it means that you're not going to get them with the others, so you can't really do like a true 100% run like you might want to. Bing Boom Boo continues to be my least favourite item to get twatted by. Like, I'm pretty sure that you can't dodge King Boom Boo, the attack, unless you actually have the shield item or something else to, like an item to defend yourself. I don't think you can drive out of the way of it. Like, yeah, I'm getting blown around by the wind here. Something rotten. On to the slow section. By complete accident, I am really not doing too well here. I'd already got that one, but I know that was one that took me a few attempts to try and get, because the wind there, it might not look like it, but it is constantly blowing you around, and if you're not lined up properly to get that at the start, then you can have a bad time. Right, I don't know if I should have got the monster truck in second. That seems a little bit OP here, but I'll take it. Especially given it looks like it's giving me a last minute win. Can I hold it? Yes! Oh.
I surpassed expectations.
Don't know, I've been getting more and more frame drops in the ending sequences this round, this session. I don't remember that being a thing. I know there has been a patch since I last played this with just a few little tweaks and whatnot, and also some extra music pieces. But I don't know if that's the sort of thing that a patch would have introduced unless they've tried changing other things under the hood. One of the things they did bring in is in the jukebox system, they've added in the new song that Korone did with Tomoyo Otani a little while ago as a brand tie-in thing. They've added the song to the game itself now, and I am really happy about that. If there's anyone who I think is an excellent brand ambassador for Sonic, it is Korone. She's a very talented person in general, but she has such a endearing personality. Her discovering the Sonic franchise was just like really charming. And she has a very good taste in games in general, so it means a lot as well there. Like, you look through her channel and she's like the retro tuber of Hololive, and it shows. I know she's been on break for a while, and I hope she's able to come back fit and healthy and whatnot soon. Yeah, like, I feel like the Sonic PR has improved a lot in recent years. I don't dislike Aaron Webber. Like, I'm sure he's a really nice bloke. Probably needs a better taste in Eagles, but that's his own thing. But like, I feel like in recent times, some of the like little PR things that they've been doing, and even the big things, like there've been some really big things like the Sonic Symphony that started out as like a marketing live stream that ended up becoming its own thing. I think that was Katie who pushed for that from the PR team. Same with like the Murderer Sonic the Hedgehog. I know she directed that as well. There's some good people looking after Sonic's PR right now, and I think they're doing a damn good job of it. Because Sonic has got to be one of the most difficult series to, you know, be running PR for, because Sonic, the fan base is so divided that no matter what they do, is gonna rub someone the wrong way. And that's not necessarily their fault all the time either. It's just when you have as varied of a series as Sonic, then there's going to be a lot of divisive opinions. But trying to wrangle that's not a task I would wish on people. Yeah, Radical Highway was kind of an obvious choice for a track. You know, if you're going to have SO2 representation, it's the Shadow level. Black Doom loves it. I feel like we kind of exhausted that joke plenty when we did the Shadow Generations LP on Hellfire Comms, but still. Can I salvage this at all? I did just twat Charmy B, which is something I've always wanted to do. Would like to do it a little bit more violently next time though. If I could get spoon-fed a really useful item at the last second, that would be nice here too. Or at least try and use all these boosters, and that shouldn't have worked. That was like a really jank self-saving technique there, but somehow it paid off. So I'm going to give myself a pat on the back, even though I absolutely do not deserve it. Alright, I've got a bit of a lead on Charmy there, so hopefully I can stay ahead of him, even if Shadow's also catching up. I don't know how it figures out that Shadow's above Charmy there when they both have the same points. This track here, Chao Park, this is basically that water level from Mario Kart 8, the second level in the game. It's like a legally distinct version of that. I was a bit late on that one because I stopped to take a sip of water, which was really not a smart idea.
Acceptable output.
I didn't realise that crashing into them things hurts you. I thought it would just sort of bounce off. Lesson learned for the future, I guess. But yeah, it really is the same aesthetic as that one Mario Kart 8 level. Even like the colour scheme, the fact that like it's got the like theme park thing going on as well. I know like it's just a trope for a level. I don't like. I know some people would look at this and go, "Oh, they've ripped it off," like, and bring that sort of surface level discourse to this kind of thing. I don't think it's wrong to cover the same ground as another popular racing game.
Excellent performance.
But I also do think that it invites unfavourable comparisons, because that level just had quite a bit more character than this one does. I kind of am getting a little bit tired of Aptos now. I think this is either the third or fourth time we've been here in this playthrough. But then when it is just RNG on which track you get, eventually you're going to get some dupes. You're not doing a tournament where you end up with Toad's Turnpike like 5 times throughout it. That was... that tournament that we did for HFC was, I want to say, about 11 years ago. But it sticks with me as being like just the Toad's Turnpike tournament.
Acceptable output.
Alright, let's get back to the more colourful level. Playing a Sage here, I'm curious what they're going to do with Sage in future games, because the end of Frontiers and the fact that she's in this game and the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog and whatnot, it proves that they are intending to keep her around for one reason or another. And like, I think they can do more with her dynamic with Eggman. Like, it was handled really well, and it's kind of shows a side of Eggman that I think his character benefits from having. But also, is she going to have a starring role in a future game, or is she just gonna like be delegated to an assistant character? Because I feel like that would be wasted potential, really. Because I think it's kind of obvious at this point that a Sonic Frontiers inspired sequel is going to come around at some point, but how that ends up playing out story-wise, whether they do just lift the gameplay or whether they do make it a direct sequel, is still to be seen. Personally, I would like a game with that kind of builds on that structure, but maybe has a bit more variety in the setting in particular. Because like the deserted islands kind of reserved thing works, but I feel like there's also a ceiling on how creative they can be with it. Whereas if they have not necessarily like more traditional Sonic trope areas, but like if they have some more varied environments, I don't know, I feel like it might give the game a bit more sticking power. I'm not going to take a drink when it's trying to hit the start boost this time. That was not the greatest idea I've ever had. That's on the 2. There we go. Right on cue. I'm not a complete fuck up all the time. That's nice to know. Try and cut this corner and see how well it works for me. I don't actually think I hit anything there, although that might have been Charmy getting hit. I don't know if it was him getting hit by me, because like when it's hit by me, there's usually that specific icon that pops up. But I did get to ram into him a little bit. Even if I can just annoy him slightly, like he annoyed me slightly asking about the top secret discs in Shadow the Hedgehog, that would be satisfaction in itself. I've got to be careful about the wind blowing me around on that turn there. Put this on the turn there and hopefully it will get someone. That magnet might have got whatever was being targeted at me there. Oh, fuck off! Oh, God. It's right as we go into the Sonic Adventure 2 level, isn't it? Like, I absolutely love Sonic Adventure 2. It's my favourite video game of all time, but they brought back the annoying ghost enemy from it who I don't like, and they made him more annoying here.
Maximum output. Excellent performance.
Yeah, I managed to stop that from getting me. It's not quite as satisfying as in Mario Kart when you manage to stop the blue shell with the speaker weapon, but it still felt pretty good. Of course, I had a magnet that would have come in handy, but alas.
Assets acquired.
I know Seiji's voice actress is the same actress from the dub of Evangelion who played Rei Ayanami, which is like, there's being typecast and then there's that. Yeah, like Seiji's basically just a Rei clone. It kind of does make me hope that Eggman's next assistant is like a feisty German character though, just to balance it out. It's like, I don't care that people have been arguing about this for like 30 fucking years. Asuka is best girl from Evangelion. If you disagree with me, you're wrong. Please, feel free to fight.
Acceptable output.
Now we get a bit more water coverage here. That felt good, even if it was still a little bit awkward if I let go at it. Not exactly the best time. I did notice when I was editing together some of the earlier points that I am really loud with my controller, so I do apologise if you can keep hearing like me whacking the analog stick against the side of the thing, but I just get into these games, you know? Let's see our victory screen. Sorry, Charmy, but if you wanted to win, maybe you should have raced a bit better. Let's see, what's Seiji's victory? Ah,
It's alright. You never had a chance.
I wasn't expecting an animation like that, but it's also, it doesn't seem out of character for her, so yeah, that's kind of cool. Ladies and gentlemen, join me next time when we move on to the next Sonic Racing CrossWorlds Cup.